So the wrestling world was brought down to its knees once again. We lost a true giant of wrestling. I mean, a true giant. This man has retired more often than the Rolling Stones. It's sad to see him go. He brought hardcore to the mainstream. We lost Terry Funk today, and so we're going to go ahead and give him our 10 bell salute. Yeah. It's going to be tough, losing the Funkster. It's a hard one,
May God give him a rematch in heaven.
Yeah. So let's start the show. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. Tell them, Canada Dry.
It's time for DAD Dynamite After Dark.
Hit it. Boom!
Change places!
Man, welcome to this week's edition of Dynamite After Dark. I am one of your hosts. There's four of us. I'm just a small cog in the big wheel that is effing wrestling. I'm the JFB, James from Boston.
And I'm, of course, the patron saint of all professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. My name is Canada Dry.
Yes, he is. We're, of course, joined by none other than he's just the soul of this four-man group. This man brings it every week. Trey J Styles, say hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally great to see you after a long 7-day hiatus of not being around you guys. Yeah. As you guys can tell, I am the bank today.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because I've got so much to cash in. Like I'm just sitting on like buckets right now. I'm about to cash in on other brands. I'm about to do all kinds of other stuff. I'm about to start injuring people. I don't know.
You know, I tried to cash in on Glory. Dallas wouldn't let me, so that's why I'm facing him at All In this week.
Nice. I got Justin at All In, and he's been on a little bit of a roll, so I'm kind of proud of that guy.
Oh yeah, he's doing well.
Every once in a while, a squirrel, blind as a bat, will find a nut. Normally, we're joined by GM Joe, but GM Joe has other obligations.
They traded spots. GM Joe was on Collision, and now he's on.
Normally we have Mr. Isaacs on Saturday nights for Collision After Dark. Say hello, effing expert.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the American half of the Magical Wrestling Podcast, co-host of Collision After Dark, aka The Garage, the effing expert, Mr. Isaacs.
Oh, man, those dulcet tones. Woo!
That's sexy.
We are joined.
You single?
I am now.
Say hi. Say, Mr. Isaac, say something sexy to us.
Hello, everybody.
We'll get him to say what we want him to say because the match is coming up relatively soon. Well, we are joined by, it's rare that we are ever joined by the GM, the heart and soul of AFW, the man who basically deals with all of our bullshit. Dallas is in the house. Dallas says, hey, y'all.
That's my guy right there.
So, Dallas.
We got
Dallas,
and Isaac's together on the same night. I don't know about you guys, but I'm moist.
Special evening, my friend. Special evening.
I love that son of a bitch.
New here. Justin Laughatron 5000 is in. Says Trey Jam, looking forward to that match at All In.
It's going to be a highlight of my career.
Oh, man. That's going to be the match that steals the show right there.
There you go.
It's going to be Trey J and Justin, I'm telling you. We start off with a little reminder about Terry Funk, and then we go right into it. The first match of the night, very questionable in my eyes, but we're talking about the Elite. They are going to be taking on Bullet Club Gold, specifically the Guns and Soft Serve Soda Pop Jones. Here are some of my notes. Everyone loves the Elite. Everybody's on their feet. They get the offense in early, man. The Elite went right for the jugular. Did he just flat out punch out the referee? He straight cold cocked his ass out right out of the ring. I'm like, well, I don't know who's good. I mean, it's a win by disqualification, I guess. One of the best Snapdragons in wrestling, Kenny Omega Snapdragon, is a thing of beauty. Oh, I want to write an ode to it. That's how beautiful it is. Takeshita comes out, of course, with a really nasty clothesline. FTR Doug comes out of the ramp. And we have pure and unadulterated mayhem because that's how this match should have ended for the main event. Canada Dry, you go first, USOB. Tell us what you thought of this match.
I thought this was a good way to start the show. Get the audience feeling that adrenaline right off the bat.
Yeah.
It was a nice little brawl out to start the show. Leader are no strangers to the brawl out, so you know they can get it on with the best of them. Yeah, I enjoyed seeing Takeshita getting involved and also Jay White. So this is gonna be exciting.
Yeah, they're building it up. That's for damn sure. Effing expert, your thoughts?
I thought this was a good, hot way to open the show, fellas. I liked it a lot. Chaos everywhere. You know, Takeshita comes out looking like a villain from Tekken. Like it was great. Like it was a very hot open, and it really kind of set the tone for the show. I did think this was going to be the main event, but I liked it as an opener. I did. I enjoyed it.
Takeshita looks like an Asian Shaft. Plain and simple, he looks like an Asian Shaft.
He looks like a boss on Tekken that it would take you 10 tries to beat.
Oh, for sure.
It's like that. It's like that part where like Okada was in Yakuza.
Yeah.
Was it Yakuza 3 or something? Like
Yakuza 3 he was in.
Yep. That's what it is there.
Trey J, your thoughts on this match?
This is how wrestling go home shows should go. You know, you don't want to make anybody look bad before the big pay-per-view. Yeah. You have this. It ends up being no contest, which is rough for, of course, predictions, but good for the overall show.
Yeah.
So, also, like, big up to whoever picked other or no contest for this match because you deserved that one.
Yeah, that one I have a feeling was a big thumb mistake. And then so they're like, oh, damn it, I'm going to have to message Dally. And then Dally doesn't answer back. He just says, fine, I'll stick with the prediction. He's going to win, and it's probably one of the guys I'm going against.
All right. It's good television.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes just a big fight is good.
Yeah.
until you do it too many times during the same show. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later. See, this show was full of mayhem, and a lot of people chose violence.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say. Renee is backstage. She's with MJF. Here is my notes for this segment. He says, "I'm gonna be all chubbed up. The MJF's tights are gonna be a little too tight." Who in the right mind could say that other than MJF?
You said right mind. That eliminates MJF right there.
I just loved Renee Paquette's face when he says that. She's like, "Oh my goodness, you just said that."
When he compared himself to the
Definitely
modern day British bulldog, that's Jewish, and is a good public speaker.
That was brilliant.
Oh my God. He gives a shout out to some of the greats, although he does mention Hulk Hogan. For the life of God, I don't understand why. Don't involve that man. They recap the program with Adam Cole. I love the golly gosh, gee, Mrs. Cleaver. So sorry. I just like that gimmick for him because it's just a facade. At some point, he is going to go back to being a heel. So enjoy this. Enjoy this because you may never see it again. And the fact that he owns up the fact that, he's not just a scumbag. He's our scumbag.
Makes me feel special.
Oh, God.
Never had my own scumbag before.
Yeah, exactly. You could try to buy one on eBay, but I think they shut down human trafficking on eBay, so you can't really get yourself a scumbag anymore.
Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah. Apparently, it is alive and well on X.
Yeah.
Mostly because Elon's father did that stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact, everyone.
Yeah, FNX, for your thoughts on the segment.
I'm really enjoying this faux face run by MJF. I mean, we know it's not going to last.
Yeah.
We know, obviously, he's going to turn back very dark heel at some point very soon.
Yes.
But it's been a lot of fun, though. He's hilarious as a babyface.
Yeah.
Getting the chubs, going to the ring at Wembley. I mean, it's just hilarious.
Dallas has had some scumbags.
Dallas has also had some yam bags.
Yep.
I thought it was great. I thought it was hilarious.
Y'all do realize whenever I get JFB to throw his head back in and laugh, I feel like I've accomplished something. That is my goal I don't know if you guys know this. This is my goal every week we do this.
That's why I love you, JJ, man. I got nothing but love for you, brother. I got nothing but love for you.
You're my guy. You're my number one guy.
JJ, what do you think of the segment?
Go ahead, expert. You were doing.
Oh no, I wrapped it up.
I'm sorry.
I'm good.
But MJF is MJF, and this is why, little by little, when I told you guys a month ago that this storyline could be big, could be AEW's Bloodline segment. It's a segment that you want to see keep going, and Isaac explains it perfectly. All of those reasons, because it's not this quick payoff, because it's long drawn out, because it's you have this anticipation for it. This is why it has the longevity.
Yeah.
And I think that if they do it right, it's gonna be huge. This should be the thing they carry on until re-signing season.
Yeah.
And speaking of re-signing season, there was another reference to a re-signing soon.
Mm-hmm. There was. Kind of dry. What'd you think of the segment?
He looked like such a baby face in this promo. How could you not like this guy?
I mean, even I can't even imagine that Dollywood would hate this version of it.
No, we got to get Dollywood back on the show because we got to get her opinion on this version of MJF. Yeah, I just loved everything about this. Even the questionable stuff, where he was yelling at Adam Cole and pushing him and whatever. He handled it pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. Joseph Graham actually brings up a really good point. Said, "Good evening, gentlemen. Sorry I couldn't be on the podcast. However, this promo by MJF made me feel real sympathy for him, and Cole now needs to turn on MJF. I mean, I would love to see another 6 to 8 months of a babyface MJF. I don't want it to be permanent, and I don't want it to be long term, but another 6 to 8 months would be perfect. So let Cole turn. I mean, I don't disagree with Joseph Graham at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we'll get more on that when we talk to Adam Cole and Renee Paquette.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, we got to go to our second match of the night. Jon Moxley, Ray Phoenix. Here are some of my notes. I was really surprised. Jon Moxley walked out and was not bleeding. I was completely shocked. I was expecting like this crimson mask of him walking just to the ring. And unfortunately, I was very disappointed. Ray on the offense early. I love the difference in styles. The ground and pound versus the high flyer. It has so many opportunities not to work. And yet, it always does with Ray Phoenix. And whoever he's going against, that's not his style. Great tope from Phoenix. Phoenix taking a huge beating. Mox out of the ring during the picture-in-picture. Phoenix is bleeding, which, shocks me. How's Phoenix bleeding and Moxley is not? We get a small little comeback here and there. Amazing back and forth. Let's add the schmoz, of course, at the end. BCC comes out. They start beating up.
2 crowbars.
With 2 crowbars, by the way. Not just one, because he's the Mexican. 2 crowbars, my friend, just to take out Ray Phoenix. Then out comes Ortiz and Santana. And it's so great to see them together. I'm glad that they're not attached to Jericho. I think these 2 guys need to just latch on for this match, separate into a tag team, make a good run. Like, that's all they need. I just, let's go Trey J first. Trey J, your thoughts on the second match?
I love anytime I see like nickels in a sock. That's like, the technical term for that is prison nunchucks, but it was so good to see Santana and Ortiz on the same page. I mean, if you're a fan and you've been keeping up, it's like things weren't always that great. Like Conan was really upset about that, and there was just a lot with Santana just being gone for a year with the blood and guts injury.
Yeah,
you miss him. To be, as much as I hate to say it, this match itself wasn't that special.
Yeah,
because we know that both of these guys operate on such a high level on a regular basis. This is exactly what you expect of. We found out, before Showtime that they were going to have to figure out a way to write Phoenix off.
Yeah,
and I do think that actually lowering the number of people in this match to a 5-on-5 is the better idea than trying to find somebody else to replace.
Yeah,
10 people is pretty standard for a stadium stampede, so definitely good idea there. Everything's a plus here. Santana and Ortiz make perfectly good partners. They have a lot of history with all the people involved.
Yeah.
So, extra kudos here. Yeah. And I like to see the idea that, Kingston can be torn in so many different directions.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, he's got a beef with basically everybody.
Absolutely.
Like, I think even part of the ring crew he's got a beef with. Like, there's no telling who this guy doesn't want to kick.
I mean, the guy beefed with Renee in the back. He's like, "You want me to handle this? This is look what your husband did." Now my new favorite line. Like, I'm gonna just go to random people. Look what your husband did.
Don't point at my kid like that.
That's the best way to. It's the best way to do it. It's like I'm gonna end like every AFW promo with "Look what your husband did."
Yes.
I can't wait till I get invited to Dallas's wedding. Look what your husband did.
Cannon Dry, your thoughts on match number 2?
I think that this was a really well performed match.
Yeah.
And I feel it brought the best out of Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a big Jon Moxley guy, but Ray Phoenix can bring the best out of Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Actually, Ray Phoenix can bring out the best in a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah.
And I for one, want to see him more of a singles wrestler. Like, make him more of a Rey Mysterio in the future. Get him some singles gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all knew that they were gonna kind of write him off at the end. You just had that feeling. He's against Moxley, so
yeah.
But yeah, what really surprised me was Proud and Powerful joining BCC.
Yeah.
Because they're good friends with storyline wise and real life with Eddie Kingston. So that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, I hope they explain it somewhere along the line, because
Ortiz was separated from Kingston on the last time he was like active though. Remember?
Yeah, they did have a falling out.
Yep.
Him and so that part makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But I would like to maybe even possibly see them be part of BCC as a tag team. Yeah. Their tag team like division of BCC.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with that at all. So, Evan Expert, your thoughts?
Yeah, I honestly thought this was a great match.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot. I'm kind of with Canada Dry here in that I'm not a huge Moxley guy. I think his matches are pretty vanilla and formulaic for the most part.
Yeah.
But when there's somebody that kind of gets him to work a little differently, like he did here, I thought it looked fantastic. Yeah. And Ray Phoenix is perfect at what I refer to as Americanized lucha.
Yeah.
You know, not like AAA style matches where it's just spot.
Yeah.
But like the Americanized lucha where they do the lucha moves, but it doesn't feel like wasted movement and you sell.
Yeah.
And you actually have storytelling in the ring. Rey Mysterio, it's the reason why he's such a legend, is because he works that style to perfection. And I think Ray Phoenix is doing a damn good job of it as well.
Would you love to see him as a single star?
Yeah, because go back and watch some of the early Lucha Underground stuff. Ray Phoenix was awesome as a single star because Phoenix and Penta feuded in Lucha Underground. They weren't a team like they are now, and it worked better that way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As far as the aftermatch, the schmoz, I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant storytelling. I love how the announcer sold it like he was legitimately killed. I love the fact, because that's not something you usually see in AEW.
I would have loved for them to mention maybe, and he's getting back at Eddie Kingston for that fallout, like maybe, and then his buddy Santana's coming in, like.
Yeah. But I love the way the announcer sold it. I love the backstage segment with Kingston getting in Renee's face about, look what your husband did. It just adds such a realistic tone to it, such a realism to it. I love the story of this. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was a really beautifully well orchestrated match. GM Joe says Ray Phoenix is Ray in Lucha Underground. Yeah.
Absolutely. He was,
Yeah, I mean, watch Lucha Underground. It's on a different level. It's just an absolutely different level. So we go to Renee. She's with Sammy Guevara. Menard comes out with Angelo Parker and Daniel Garcia. They keep asking Sammy, why did you side with him? Sammy, of course, fills it with, hey, he got me in the business. He got me in AEW, blah, 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 blah. We're going to skip this. There's no reason to go deep into the segment because we're going to be embracing Tony Schiavone in the ring with a table, which can only mean one thing. There's going to be violence. So dollars to donuts, this is going to end violently. Jericho comes out with Sammy. Callis is on the mic. It's freaking gold. I mean, absolute gold. Oh, we don't deserve Don Callis as a heel on the mic. We don't. This is the match. I honestly think this might be the match that steals the show.
Possibly.
At All In. By the way, Canada Dry, did you happen to notice the security guard that was standing right behind Chris Jericho had kind of a shaved head?
I didn't notice. Who is it?
Oh no, but he looks just like you. I'm gonna find that footage.
We need to find.
He looks just. I'm like, holy shit, that looks.
Canada Dry. How did he pull this off?
How does he? What? How is this even possible? Oh man. Yeah, I mean, let's go with Canada Dry first. Canada Dry, your thoughts?
So these promos were both home runs.
Yeah.
I loved hearing Will Ospreay. I loved him talking about like how he's beaten everyone in the last couple months.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a free agent in 6 months.
Yeah.
Which is like, what? He's totally coming to.
There he is. Look at him. You can't tell me that guy
Which
doesn't
one's
look
me?
like you a little bit.
That's me. I got look at the hairline. I need a better hairline.
It's like a widow's peak. It's like if you pulled your whole thing back, it'd be like
Yeah,
it shaved it.
if I went like this, maybe.
I was like, wow, he looks just like Canada Dry.
He's a balding Canada Dry, I tell you.
He looks like Canada Dry, and the other one looks like David the Beast Smith from AFW. Looks like my boy Rob.
But then Jericho talks about how he made a phone call to Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
And he says, I pretty much saved you from being in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And like that's interesting to get these, like, you gotta believe these are true. They bring in the truth into the promos, which I just love. Gives you a kind of an insider look at what's going on behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%. Mr. Expert, your thoughts?
I think that Will Ospreay was looking like what John Cena would look like as a Brit. With the soccer club shirt and the hat and everything, the gold chain. Like he's British John Cena.
You guys
Maybe
see
like
me,
Ollie
bro?
G. But I thought the promos were great. Ospreay has like really come out of his shell a lot promo wise over the past year or two. And Jericho obviously rocks the mic every time he touches it.
Yeah.
I love the realistic aspect of talking about the phone conversation and the missed match that was supposed to happen back in 2021. They put such a personal touch on this again that made it great. And when Ospreay slapped the microphone out of Jericho's hand, the pull apart looked legitimate.
Yeah.
I mean, they made it look and feel real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm loving AEW's storytelling tonight. They did a brilliant job again with this.
Yeah. Absolutely. Ray J.
If some of you guys to watch the show, some of you guys don't watch New Japan that much. But if you watch New Japan, then you might remember when in the lead up to Ospreay versus Omega 1, Will Ospreay cut such a personal promo. And this one he was just talking about how he's like, I'm gonna wrestle an indie show the day before Wembley because I gotta make money to put my kid through school.
Yeah.
He was like, but because of what I've done, when my contract's up, I'm gonna be worth millions.
Yeah.
And that is a line to take to the bank.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If Will Ospreay, there was a point where Will Ospreay was never going to wrestle stateside.
Yeah.
And if Will Ospreay is available, you get Will Ospreay.
Yep.
Some of you guys might even remember the beef that he had with Seth Rollins, where Seth Rollins had to back down.
Yeah.
Because Seth Rollins was so far way out of line with it. But just to think, Will Ospreay is amazing.
Yeah.
There's nothing that he can't do.
Yeah. And
if you have an opportunity, if that is foretelling, I mean, that's the best you can do. The idea that MJF and Will Ospreay could be free agents at the exact same time that's what wrestling is about. That brings us back to the where they're gonna sign WCW, WWF days.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. This this match was one that I always look forward to Will Ospreay matches. I watch Will Ospreay do whatever. Him versus Jericho, making it more personal. Sammy Guevara seems like he's gonna be a wild card in this.
Yeah.
He seemed like, very gung-ho on Jericho's side, but it's like when you think about the young talent that Callis is putting together, where he's getting
that's a good point.
This guy is supposed to be like the next Kenny Omega. It's like Will Ospreay is like the next Shawn Michaels. It's like, or like he's like the new age Shawn Michaels. It's like, well, Guevara has been sitting in the learning tree of Jericho forever.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he join Callis? That would be the next step in his evolution.
Yeah.
Because Guevara, I'm sorry, he's stuck right now.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
I think maybe if he could be on the that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah. And he really is. He's rudderless right now.
You know what time it is?
Ooh, what time is it?
Ooh.
It's time to give away a T-shirt.
Let's do it.
The names here. And this T-shirt giveaway is brought to you by Fight the World Wrestling Academy. Now you can join Fight the World Wrestling Academy for $250 a month. Be trained by Natalia Markova and our good friend Brian Idol. And they got a show coming up actually tomorrow night at the barn in Riverdale, Florida. So that it's gonna be sold out.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna shake it up and let's draw the name.
Pull out.
The anticipation is building.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
See what it is. Oh, I ripped it. See if I can still make out a name. I don't know if you can see it. Dallas Branham!
All right, Doug.
Golly.
Woo!
You know,
All
Dallas
right.
has been like, I want to. Well, he's never won anything from us, so it's about time. So
Well
congratulations,
deserved,
Dallas.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Dallas,
You win.
Dallas deserves the win.
You win a mystery shirt from Pro Wrestling Tees, and if you ever inbox me one of these days, we'll get it to you.
Okay, just Renee's in the back. She is with Adam Cole. Baby, here are a couple of my notes. Never thought that they would be best friends. It's probably the best line of them all. He credits him with helping him knock off the ring rust. He doesn't want to win. He needs to win. That puts a direness to him challenging for that world championship. Like, there's a dire need for it. I like the fact that he looked uncomfortable. He'd look over, then he'd look down. He wouldn't make eye contact or look at the camera. Then got flustered and left, which I thought was just setting up, the inevitable of what's going to happen. But let's go with Mr. Expert. Effing Expert, your thoughts.
Yeah, I thought this was very interesting. It seems like they're kind of sowing the seeds here of some Adam Cole hostility. Again, kind of teasing that he's the one that's going to turn. And that very well may be what happens here. I don't know. I think that's kind of what they're leaning into here. But it'll be very interesting to see how this unfolds. But I like this. I thought that both of these segments with Renee sitting down with both of these guys, I thought they were great. I loved it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Dallas.
Yeah, congratulations.
Woo.
Now he pulls it out this time. He pulls it off. He gets the win. We just appreciate Dally. What can I say?
Yeah, no one deserves it more than him. He does a lot.
Nobody deserves it more than he does. Trey J, the bank. Your thoughts?
I gotta say, this was a very good contrast. When when we got the listing of all this, there were a lot of interview segments that were listed for this. There was MJF, there was Adam Cole, there was the Bucks and FTR, there was the contracts, and there was they were going to sprinkle some more in as well.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they did enough to differentiate each one of these different segments. Each one of these segments felt like its own thing.
Yeah.
but it's still like kind of fed into the connective tissue of this being a great go home show. Like so far, it's pretty much firing on all cylinders for me. So, Adam Cole's kind of response plays a little bit into Roderick Strong's eventual segment.
Yeah.
So I gotta say this was done so well. And that's why this story is really capturing people's attention.
Yeah, absolutely. Canada Dry.
I loved Adam Cole in this.
Yeah.
He must be taking acting classes because he just got right into it. Adam Cole, like at the core of it, he could be worse than MJF.
Yeah.
Because he's got that lovable thing, but he's got this darkness inside.
Yeah.
And really, isn't that worse than somebody who says he's evil?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. We go to our third match. It's going to be Nick Wayne. It's going to be Darby Allin. They're going to be taking on Swerve and AR Fox. Here are some of my notes. Mama Wayne's in the house. She's there to watch her little boy just get tossed around like a rag doll. Nick and Fox in the ring. Swerve and Darby are beating the hell out of each other outside the ring. I like the fact that Fox was wearing the tank top that had Nick Wayne's blood on it as he's beating the living hell out of Nick Wayne. I just loved it. Why was he still wrestling with that wool mask on? Like it didn't make sense. Like through half the match, he wore that stupid wool mask.
So I want to throw in something in there.
Yeah.
That is something that is really weird about this current generation. Like it used to be like if you or I, who are, you know, we're Xels / Xennials, whatever.
Yeah.
If we go outside, it's like tank top, shorts, low socks. These kids nowadays, these people nowadays, they go outside, ski mask, hoodie, long pants. I don't get it. Like that's
bro. At my
generational
kids'
thing.
middle school, like it's like 92 degrees, and at my kids' middle school, these kids are coming out in black hoodies with a hood on their head. Like, what the hell is wrong with this generation? Like,
I feel like we're turning into the man who yells at clouds.
Damn, cloud.
they're going to be the
Get
kid that
to
yells
that
at
now.
dehydration if they keep wearing hoodies in 92-degree temperatures.
Oh,
I
man.
don't even think we're the people who yell at clouds. We're the people who go to other people's houses and tell them to make sure they turn the meat on the barbecue.
Yeah. Somebody touch the thermostat? I just want to double check and make sure. You might want to flip that burger. Oh, man. Great save by Darby. A total grudge match. I like the fact that Nick Wayne gets the upper hand, gets the win. AR Fox is then ceremoniously fired by Prince Nana. Then, of course, Brian Cage comes out because why not? He just beats the living hell out of AR Fox. And then Darby Allin, Wayne, and Sting come out. And then comes Captain Charisma out of this, which I thought was a nice wrinkle.
Yeah.
Didn't really make a lot of sense, but it was a nice wrinkle because, you know, Darby Allin's involved in like 14 different storylines currently right now for AEW. And he cuts probably the best freaking promo that he could possibly cut where there's no real storyline. Every fatherless kid needs a mentor. It's so dirtbag.
Yeah.
I wanted to beat the hell out of him. Like, I was just like, and you know me, I love heels. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to punch this guy in the testicles. Crazy, you go first, brother.
So the match was impressive. Definitely showed off a lot of work from these guys. Darby and Swerve kind of really seemed like they stayed off to the side and let the other two work.
Yeah.
So definitely a thing.
Yeah.
And then as soon as like he got like the match is over and like Swerve takes the mic and it's like, oh, he's replaced. So they're gonna jump AR Fox.
Yeah.
And then like there was a part of me that was really hoping that like he would look dead at AR Fox and be like, Candy's not here. But like since they've announced matches for All Out, like and one of those matches, of course, is Lucha versus Darby.
Yeah.
This makes sense now. Like, but I do think they are. I gotta agree. They're stretching Darby Allin way too far.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have the charisma to carry on these different stories.
No,
it's a lot. He has the ability, wrestling ability, but there's more than just throwing your body around like crash dummy style.
Yeah.
Totally
agree.
Overall, this is a better match.
Yeah.
Christian Cage. Like there was a part where I was worried.
Who is it? What's the match then?
It's Swerve and Christian versus Sting and Darby. A lot of people were confused about that because they thought it was going to be Lucha.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was going to be Cage. And then it's okay, it's not.
I was glad it wasn't Brian Cage. Like Brian Cage has already been embarrassed.
Cage over here, Fox.
Yeah, of the two. But you got Cage, just a different Cage.
Yeah.
There's too many cages on
I
this
don't
program.
think get Cage and
Cage
too many pages. Out of this.
Too many ages.
They need Cage and Cage out of this somehow.
It only makes sense. Do make it a trio. Do it as a three-way dance, like so you can get Swerve and then versus Cage and Cage. I mean, it's written there. Tony Khan.
Do we feel bad that Wardlow has to miss out on the show because he got robbed?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even care for Wardlow. I just kind of feel bad that he's like not even going to be a part of this because of his situation.
Yeah. Joseph Graham, too many cages
and pages for all ages, my friend.
Too many cages and pages for all ages.
Dan the Dry, your thoughts on this match?
I love you guys.
Yeah, this was an interesting match, but the main thing is the firing, like that.
Yeah.
That this comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Why do you guys think he was fired?
Had to be visa issues.
It had to be.
Well, okay. So, do you remember like a couple weeks ago, Darby and him had that segment where it was getting like a little bit more than real. We didn't recognize it at the time, but he was like, "Why didn't you call me?" He said, "Do you know how messed up you were? Do you know what kind of trouble you were getting into? Do you know what this?" And I think that if he did get in any trouble during that time, which is actively backed up because there is a rumor that like AR Fox does have a police record, he can't get into Wembley. And I don't think they necessarily thought about that when it came down to visa issues because he wrestles in Mexico so much that they thought, "Oh, that's going to be fine."
Yeah.
But maybe his previous situation.
Or they just realized that this makes more sense with Christian Cage.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the only person who knows is Tony Khan. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts? Third match.
Can we just take a second here, since this is after dark, and acknowledge how fine Nick Wayne's mom is?
Okay, I thought I was the only one. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to be that guy, but I was definitely thinking that. I was like, "Yo, she looks like."
I was singing in the chat. I was doing voice recording, singing "Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on." So you guys have to go check that out.
I typed that in the chat and then erased it before I sent it because I was like, somebody's gonna get mad.
I did a voice recording singing it. So yeah. But anyways, I thought this was a good match. I mean, it served its purpose. The ending and everything that happened at the ending was kind of all over the place. It just kind of seems so random and odd. I do agree it was weird that like Darby is in like 10 to 15 different storylines right now across Collision and Dynamite.
Yeah.
It got really confusing. Because when I saw him on Collision a few nights ago, feuding with Christian Cage and Luchasaurus, I was like, well, I thought he was feuding with Swerve Strickland and defending Nick Wayne. Like I was getting very confused. Now they've kind of tied it all together.
Yeah, it's hard because you got All Out and All In so close.
Yeah.
It's just it was very confusing. It was very convoluted, but I do think it's going to be a good match, though.
Yeah.
Will Darby win the TNT Championship at All Out?
No.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I don't see it in the cards.
Like Luchasaurus should not get beaten by anybody small if they want to continue this run well.
Yeah.
He's already lost to Jack Perry. I mean, that's as bad as bad as it needs to get. And Darby doesn't need a 4th title run with that same belt.
I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep it on Luchasaurus.
The TNT title doesn't have that long of a lineage, but it already has 4 3-time champions.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. The shine on the TNT title is gone. I mean, everything that was attached to it is attached to the international.
Oh yeah, international is definitely the second belt now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The TNT belt.
Let's be honest. They're equal. They're not, but the shinier. They're equal, but
Yeah.
one is shinier. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at who your champions are. Like, that makes a huge difference. I mean, you look at Orange Cassidy, that guy elevated that belt way beyond what he could have done with the TNT. I mean, he elevated that belt.
I think you could have elevated the TNT the same way if you gave it to Orange Cassidy.
You still can. The TNT title isn't dead by any stretch.
That's what I'm saying.
But
it's still equal. It's still equal. It's just not as shiny because of how it's been treated.
And it's probably a victim of circumstance more than anything else. Because, I mean, a lot of people who get that belt either get injured or worse.
Or their visas get stolen.
Yeah, it's the TV title from WCW. I mean, a lot of great guys held that TV title belt, before they became U.S. champs and then before they became the world champs. So, I mean, yeah, I think the TNT belt better serves for someone who is very up and coming, like Nick Wayne would be a perfect.
Well, no, I think it's a big man's title. Look at you got Wardlow.
Yeah,
you got Luchasaurus. Give it to the big guys. Give it to Hobbs.
Okay.
And it's kind of become more of a collision title too.
Yeah. You have the TNT title on Collision, and you have the International on Dynamite. So,
works for me. Let's go to FTR and the Bucks. They're backstage. They have a sit down. They saved the Bucks because they wanted the Bucks to be healthy for their match. It was kind of a time where we didn't know if this match was actually even going to happen. Someone likes to hang out with Jey Uso, and they like to rip and run. So, but fortunately, everything is taken care of. So FTR is going to go to Wembley Stadium. FTR needs to win more than the Bucks. That's what the Bucks say. Is it about belts or is it about the legacy? And I love the fact that the Bucks kept lording over them, the fact that they got them their jobs in AEW. The Bucks got FTR their jobs, which I thought was just freaking brilliant. Canada Dry, laying on me.
Yeah, they came off as a bit of douches here, didn't they?
Definitely. But
I think that was on purpose, like the douchey EVPs.
Yeah.
But this match is probably going to be one of the matches you look back at All In and say, "Wow."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And in fact, when we're reviewing it, let's all pick a match that we think stole the show when we're doing it.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, so this was interesting. I really enjoyed the back and forth between them. It was entertaining. It was entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah, I sound like a broken record tonight, but my God, this was great promo work.
Yeah,
and they're like cutting, kind of breaking the fourth wall here and talking about, we gave you guys your name on being the elite, and we're the reason why you're here. And we're the greatest tag team of all time. You're just going to be known as the team that we brought here. The Bucks did come across douchey. Yeah. And they did a great job at it. This was a great promo. Yeah. And it made me more excited to see this match. I mean, they're just knocking it out of the park tonight with these promos.
Yeah, absolutely. Trey J.
Oh, the Bucks sunned. Like, the Bucks literally made FTR their sons in this promo. Mm-hmm. He's like, what you gonna do? You gonna talk about your daughter? Let's talk about how you feed your family. Let's talk about who gave you your name. Like, let's see. Like, it was just like, Do you remember when Stephanie McMahon used to cut down everybody whenever she did a promo? Like, that's what this felt like. It felt like another person and an authority figure taking their ability to just cut down a team.
Mhm.
But I think that, like, it was a good design.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've been, you know, it's hard to tell if, you know, who you're going to root for. You know, you're about to have Punk and the Young Bucks in the same, you know, building for the first time in forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whoever comes out first, are they going to get booed? Or, you know, it's like, is that going to affect the rest of the crowd? It's like CM Punk is definitely the bigger star internationally, but, you know, how do people in London feel? London has oftentimes been Bizarro World, just like how Canada is for, you know, in certain times. No offense to you guys, but Canadians do boo a lot of people that we cheer. So
we just have a lot more sense up here in Canada.
It's the clear water is what it is.
Yeah, it's the clean water.
There you go. See, socialized healthcare.
Yeah.
Better environmental regulations.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it though, and this is just crazy to watch because Matt Jackson was very aggressive.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. Canada Dry, your thoughts?
Didn't I already go?
Yeah, you probably did. Let's go to our fourth match.
I do want to talk about what's his name from the line? What's his name? Just on.
Oh, Dave Jetpack.
We can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
The volume died there, sir.
He turned it upside down.
I have no idea what he was going to ask. We'll wait for a second, and then we'll move on to match. There he is. He's back in. Hang on a sec. There he is.
There we go.
Still can't hear him.
Oh, you're muted.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to talk about Blake Lister from the line.
Yeah.
Did you guys read his promo?
Yeah.
Me and him went out for a beer.
Yeah.
And we drank some maple syrup together. Oh my goodness. He's aggressively Canadian now.
Yeah.
And he's going to be on that All In after show when they're all up in wrestling. So,
all right.
Well, you can have some Crown Royal if you want like a legitimate Canadian alcoholic beverage, right?
I have some sitting in my fridge for years.
Yeah. I have a couple bottles myself in my bar. Yeah.
I have a Canadian Mist. I got the knockoff, so you know.
The apple kind is very good. I'd recommend that.
Yeah, I've heard. Let's go to match number 4. Ruby Soho. She's taking on Sky Blue. Sky Blue is on the offense. She was just vicious tonight. Like she just had another gear. She looks amazing in the ring. She is 1,000 times better than where she was 5 months ago, even a month ago. She is exponentially gotten so much better. She just looks really good. You know, unfortunately, she didn't get the win. Ruby just, knocked her out of tune. Let's go to the bank. You go first.
It's like, isn't it just enjoyable to just watch Sky Blue?
Yeah.
It's just great. Like, I was really hoping that this was going to be her night, but I was really surprised that they were really playing up this whole, like, Ruby Soho feud with Chris Statlander. I have no idea where that even came from. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
And where is it going to be?
Yeah. Right. Is it going to be on Collision? Is it going to be on All Out? Is it going to be? It's like she's got her eyes on Chris Statlander. I'm like,
I don't think they even know where it's going to be yet. Let's figure it out later.
Right. So I'm just like, Chris Statlander. She's I don't know. I don't think she's all the way healed or something. Or maybe she's like kind of tenderfooted in the ring lately because they've been sticking her in tag matches and like these.
Maybe she hurt herself from doing those squats with Renee Paquette on her shoulders.
Maybe so. Like, it's kind of crazy. I'm starting to miss Jade a little bit now.
Yeah. That's the only one.
I don't know. Like this match was definitely a great showcase for Sky Blue. Proves that she can win, but it also shows one of AEW's biggest failings as a company, and that's the whole kicking out of finishers thing.
Yeah,
like that. If you're trying to build up people, it's kind of like if you can't put away somebody with a finisher on your weekly show, now it's time to change your finisher.
Yep. Absolutely.
And that's one of those. That used to be one of those unwritten rules of wrestling. Like, I'm
but don't you
hoping
think though, it's like if you're doing that, you're trying to put over Sky Blue a little bit?
No. The fact that she hit the finisher was good. It's just you kind of just I don't know. It's a tough one. Like watching Nick Wayne kick out of finishers is kind of like too soon.
Yeah. Yeah. That should be reserved when he's been in the ring for 10, 15 years.
Yeah. I feel Nick Wayne only won to get rid of Air Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe get some screen time with Sting.
Yeah.
Yeah, build up his rap, yo. Canada Dry, thoughts on the fourth match of the night?
Yeah, Sky Blue looked good. Ruby Soho looked good. It wasn't a great match, but it was a serviceable match. It was your typical AEW women's match of the week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Totally agree. I'm an expert.
Yeah, I think this was a solid match, and I agree with you guys. Sky Blue has really had her coming out party here lately. Yep. Like, she's been putting on some really good matches. She's been doing some really good work. The only thing I didn't like about this match was, like, probably about the last 30 seconds to a minute of it, where they were doing moves back and forth. They started to get that good old-fashioned women's wrestling slow motion moves going on. And, I mean, Sky Blue threw a kick that literally looked like she was just trying to precisely squash a bug on a wall. Like, not actually kick a human being in the face. It's like, I don't know if they got tired or they just, got disoriented or what, but I didn't like that. But, I mean, the match itself was good. Sky Blue looks fantastic. I'm not going to make a joke about how she has great assets in the ring, but she is a great asset in the ring.
Do you think that...
I enjoyed it.
Do you think that her WWE counterpart posting that beautiful bikini shot will encourage Sky Blue to do something similar?
How you talking about Cora Jade?
Yes.
I don't know. I think Cora Jade has more personality, but I think Sky Blue's better in the ring.
Yeah.
So,
Cora Jade didn't improve on that same trajectory. Cora Jade was good and stayed good. Sky Blue was like, you could tell she was new and you've seen like a progression. So she looks like that you can see that she looks better.
I think in another year, and this is only if AEW re-signs her, I see her as being a pillar for the women's division. I mean, she just has this amazing personality. She is fantastic in the ring. She is smooth transition to transition. Smooth like butter.
I have to ask you a question, JFP.
Yeah.
What do you base her personality on? Because we've never heard her talk much.
I mean, just the bubbliness, that girl next door, because that's
anyone can do that. Look, I'm Sky Blue too.
She sells it. She sells it very well,
Well, her
socials looked like a good Sky Blue as well. Remember, he had the things in there.
Yeah.
Dude, the only thing about it, I'm not dating Kyle Fletcher, so.
Yeah.
We got to bring back the Bazungas, Trey J. We got to do that.
I know. I just didn't want to put it in I didn't want to put it like on my ass. That would have been too much.
Yeah.
I'd have been sitting up 3 feet taller.
That's probably my favorite just random moment in like my podcast tenure here is Trey J growing breast in the middle of an episode.
Now they need to be a little bit smaller because she doesn't have gigantic boobs.
It's not. But that was the end of the joke, actually.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't, but.
Yes, you need to have some butt implants for next impression.
There you go. But.
Go in the back with Renee. Renee.
The hardest working woman in show business.
Absolutely. Tonight, she definitely.
She is just phenomenal. I love Renee. If they could get rid of 90% of the backstage talent
Yes,
and
please.
just do just Renee, I would be a happy camper.
No more
Did you
Alex
guys
Marvez.
know that the woman on Raw is the woman who replaced Renee Paquette on Score television show?
Is that the Kathy Kelly lady?
Yes, she's the replacement, and now she replaced Renee Paquette on Raw.
Wow.
She replaced Renee Paquette twice.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
So she's talking with Roderick Strong in the Kingdom. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but Roddy Strong looked like the Grumpy Cat. Like, he just had that Grumpy Cat look to him. And I'm like, I feel kind of sorry for him. Like, he's got a Grumpy Cat. I want to kind of give him belly rubs and pat his head.
I mean, it works.
But I digress. Let's get to the House of Black Acclaim.
Wait, wouldn't you guys love it if this was a scam by Michael Cole the whole time and he's actually part of the Kingdom?
You said Michael Cole?
Michael Cole.
Sorry.
If this was Michael Cole, that's the greatest coup in all of
Adam
wrestling.
Cole. This is the second time I've done the
It's
Michael
Kingdom time.
Cole. Yes. If Adam Cole like pulled the wool over MJF's eyes and he's with the Kingdom the whole time,
Yeah.
that would be pretty cool.
I think that's a real possibility.
That is a very real possibility.
I'd love to see the Kingdom reunited. He's still my beating indie wrestling heart. That would just...
That's why I say it's so many ways this could go. If MJF took over the Kingdom, it would be like, oh snap, I got your friends.
That would be interesting too.
Oh God, it was awesome. The Acclaim come marching out. They're stomping their feet. They get in the ring. House of Black, you attacked us. Come out and face us. So, of course, you invoke the name of the House of Black. The House of Black shall appear, and they come out. The numbers are not in favor of the Acclaim, but all of a sudden, the Acclaim's music hits. Who do you think it is? It's Daddy Ass. We have a Trios Championship match for All In is going to be, oh, God, the Acclaim with Daddy Ass versus House of Black. I'm telling you right now, book it. This is going to be the oh shit wow match for me because I know House of Black are going to lose because you want to give Billy Gunn that one last ride, that one last go with a championship.
He deserves it.
And go off into the sunset with, that one last champion, that one last gold. So,
and also, you need the House of Black a part of All In.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can have it without the Acclaim, but you can't have All In without the House of Black.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, is he going to go get his boots out of the garbage?
Yes,
Get a new pair?
No, see, the daddy ass boots are in the garbage. Badass Billy Gunn's boots, however, have not been retired.
What I would have liked to see was like, if I don't win, I'm done.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he was about to set up when he said all or nothing.
Yeah. I mean, that would have just solidified the prediction anyway. So, Canada Dry, your thoughts on the Acclaimed? And well, we all talked about it.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, we get the All-In match card, and we go into our main event, ladies and gentlemen. It's match number 5. It's the Hardys. Then coming out against Aussie Open. Here's some of my notes. Weird. It was a weird commercial break. As the Hardys are being introduced, they're like, oh, we got to go to commercial. And it was so weird. Kind of took me out of the match in the very beginning. So I was just like, what the hell's going on?
And it wasn't even picture-in-picture.
Yeah, it wasn't even picture-in-picture. Who's drinking in the truck? That's what I want to know. Hardys are killing, man. They look like the Hardys of old in the Ring of Honor. Like, a little seasoned, not as gristled, moving around, shaking, knocking people down. Then, of course, MJ, the Aussie Open is going to win. Out comes MJF and Adam Cole. They're trying to do the double clothesline. They try to do the kangaroo kick. Nothing is working. Then we have violence. Then we have the nose to nose. That's right. Adam Cole, MJF nose to nose, toe to toe. They are getting ready, staring each other down, shoving, shouldering, threatening to put the diamond ring on. I mean, they just were queuing up the band, and then brochachos. We get the brochacho hug in the middle. That's how we end the show. Be God. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the main event?
I don't understand why this is the main event. I understand for the brochacho thing.
Yeah.
This main event, I don't get it. Also, why are the Hardys in a tag team championship match?
Yeah.
When they just lost last week.
Yeah.
To the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
I would find a non-title match.
Yeah.
But I think this match just served to set up that brochacho moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. F an expert, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought this match was okay. I did think it was weird placement on the card. I wasn't sure why this was the main event. I actually had this and the opener flipped in my predictions. I thought the Elite were going to close, and I thought this was going to open. And then when I saw that it was for the championship, I thought, are they going to put this on the Hardys?
Yeah.
And let the Hardys work against MJF and Adam Cole at All In? That's kind of the way I thought they were going with this, but no. And obviously, this was just a showcase to show Aussie Open.
Yeah.
And then give an excuse to bring out MJF and Cole.
Yeah.
And just kind of build the whole thing further. So it made sense in the end. I still wouldn't have made this the main event. I don't think it was anything spectacular, but the Hardys did look good, though, and it was nice to see them working in tandem again like the old days.
Yep.
Got a little bit of a nostalgia there, so I didn't mind it.
Yeah. Awesome. Trey J.
I didn't really realize when this match started.
Yeah.
Because it was like brawlhalla until like eventually I think Aussie Open got Jeff Hardy in the ring, and then like Kyle Fletcher like steps out so that Mark Davis can like make a pin.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, now that the match has officially started. Because that referee if that match started like with the brawl in the beginning, then that ref gave way too much leniency.
Yeah.
But Jeff switching over from the Whisper in the Wind to just doing stinger splashes is definitely indicative of a couple of things.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
The missed double clothesline at the end of the Smiles was interesting.
Yep.
The tease of the kangaroo kick, also great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tension is just, like MJF almost put on it, like he actually put on the Dynamite diamond ring.
Yeah.
It's just like, do I go back? Do I go back? Nope.
Yep.
And I mean, it's bad because you look at like how Renee kind of stirred the pot earlier.
Yeah.
Two of those guys couldn't come out there unscathed. So plus kudos for that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't hate the fact that this was the main event. Like once the Elite were first, it was like it only made sense for this to be the main event because MJF and Adam Cole had to end the show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have mind Mox and Ray Phoenix ending it with that kind of finish.
Yeah, but Stadium Stampede isn't the main event, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that Stadium Stampede is going to be the first match.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I'd let it go first and then let it bleed in and out.
Are you guys excited to play Stadium Stampede tomorrow on Fight Forever?
Yeah. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to check it out.
Oh,
I mean, the graphics look like Fortnite.
Yeah. It just looks like absolute mayhem.
Yeah.
Well, this main event is brought to you by, of course, the Kill City Cup. Now, how do you describe the Kill City Cup? I'm not going to try to describe it because I will not do it any justice. But this video will 100% explain everything about why we love Kill City Cup.
Welcome to the Kill City Cup. What a ball!
Horror meets wrestling meets awesomeness. That is exactly what you get. Kill City Cup. We will put a link in the show notes, of course, because we want you to be able to go visit them on YouTube. That's right, youtube.com/Kill City Cup. Just check them out. It is absolutely freaking amazing. So, as we always do when we wrap things up, we talk.
I just want to mention
Yeah.
the Kill City Cup link, so you can like, click, and subscribe.
Yep.
Is in the show notes.
Yep, absolutely. So now we just lay it all out. Number of bells, favorite match, favorite segment, Canada Dry. Go first.
All right. Favorite match. I can't believe I'm saying this. John Moxley and Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that match. I'm picking John Moxley and Ray Phoenix. Favorite segment. I'm gonna have to go with Chris Jericho and Will Ospreay,
Okay.
and I'm giving this 4.2 stars.
Okay. Trying to mess with Trey J's.
I know, right? It's like, hey,
I can't mess with him. The guy's a math machine.
I am.
The calculator. Have an expert. Your turn.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot.
Before I give my information here, Joe Graham is asking me if I'm going to stream some of Stadium Stampede on twitch.tv/FN Wrestling. The answer is yes. It's going to take me a few days because I'm in the middle of a move. But when I get my new place up and running, yes, I will be streaming Stadium Stampede. So check that out. Yeah, so my match of the night is also Ray Phoenix against Moxley. I just thought that was a great match. I really enjoyed it. Segment of the night, not to echo Aaron here, but I do think it's Jericho and Ospreay.
Yeah.
I agree with that as well.
And that's fine. It's a great segment.
Yeah, absolutely. And my bell rating for this evening, it's not a wrestling heavy show per se, but I loved the storytelling of tonight. I thought it was brilliant. I thought all the promos hit the way they should. It's 4 bells.
Yeah.
That's high from you.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm
really
a tough customer. Yeah.
They call him the bank. Lay it on us, man.
So you guys got me in a pickle here. Like Moxley and Phoenix was definitely the best match from a wrestling standpoint. But I gotta go with my heart here.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I was so thoroughly impressed by Sky Blue's effort in this match.
Yeah.
Ruby Soho's unselfishness in this match. To let her get it, like to basically give her that shine. So definitely, like Mox and Phoenix, definitely honorable mention, Ruby Soho. But I'm gonna slightly differ from you guys on segment. My favorite segment was just seeing Santana and Ortiz come back.
Yeah.
I love the Will Ospreay segment. I love him and Jericho. I thought Will Ospreay probably gave one of the best promos that like I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah.
But seeing Santana come back, seeing Ortiz come back, and seeing him be against Eddie Kingston and join up with Moxley, oh man, that's something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give this show a full 5 bells. I am, and it's because, like you said, it wasn't a wrestling heavy show, and there were a couple like there were a bunch of smozzes, but it did what it was supposed to do. It hyped the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it was entertaining as hell.
It
was
really
great
was. Like
storytelling.
there wasn't a part that I was just like, I'm gonna get up and just, I don't need to see this. I mean, just the swerves, the creativity. A lot of times we always talk about how in wrestling, everything is an opportunity. Mustafa Ali got hurt, and then we got Kofi Mania and different aspects like that. We always talk about all those things, and it's like, turning the match into a 5-on-5 means we don't have to find a 6th guy, which would have made it more convoluted. It's like Christian Cage is a far better partner than AR Fox.
Yep.
Like little things, even adding in, the return of Daddy Ass with the Acclaimed, boom. Like everything about that is great.
Yeah.
And you almost feel like we're going to get another match added on Collision like an hour before Showtime, but who knows? right now this card is amazing, and I know that there were some people who were like on the fence about it being a little bit disappointing on paper just last week.
Yeah.
And you look at it now, and it's like what a difference a week makes. And this show tonight boosted all of the credibility for all those things.
Yep, absolutely. I'm going to say this. Yeah, the last time AEW had a AEW only pay-per-view, so before Forbidden Door, the Go Home show was a disaster. It was a black hole of suckitude.
Yep.
And it made me worry because I think they could have increased their buy rate by 15% if their Go Home show was a lot better. I think they lost business because of it. This was an amazing Go Home show.
Yep.
I don't even care what they do on Collision.
Mm-hmm.
This was as beautiful as a symphony of a Go Home show that had ever was. Unfreaking believable. Match of the night for me was Sky Blue, and it was Ruby Soho because Sky Blue looked like a bajillion dollars. There is no doubt that in a year's time, she will be a pillar of AEW.
I want to know what that tattoo is that's imprinted on her thigh.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is check her Instagram. It's very obvious on there.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us what it is.
I can't say it in front of you.
PM me later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put it out there. I need to
what's
throw in
their
another
score?
high-o.
My score is going to be 5 bells. I was thoroughly entertained. Favorite match was Sky Blue. Favorite segment was Will Ospreay. That's it. 5 bells. What's our cumulative score?
4.55.
4.55.
Yeah,
I
that's
love how
one
I
of
just came up with it like that.
one of our highest, you guys. Like
that is ridiculous for a go home show. That is the highest.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Great show.
And they were talking about how they've already got 100,000 pre-buys. Like a bunch of 100,000 people have already pre-bought in this country.
Yeah,
pre-bought it on pay-per-view.
That is freaking. Oh God, that's so.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. And we're going to have AFW people at All In.
Yeah.
I think there's like 6 or 7 AFW people at All In.
Yeah. Oh,
That was
it's going
awesome.
to be glorious. We're going to see the signs. Let's say AFW, JFB is DB Cooper. Crazy lunacy we're going to see.
Oh, I really hope that Haney does that sign.
I do. I really do. Haney, if you're watching or listening later, dude, seriously, get on the stick. Make that sign.
Yeah.
Let's make it infamous, my friend. So, yeah, you can go to prowrestlingtees.com/F and Wrestling, get one of these shirts. Maybe you want to get one, say, that Natalia Markova models, like, say, this one or this one right here. You can get the Kool-Aid shirt. We
also have AFW, Super AFW All-Stars.
Yeah.
We got a Simpsons F and Wrestling shirt, too.
Yeah.
And, of course, if you like old school wrestling, and we know you do.
Hell yeah. All you got to do is go to prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all your Adrian Adonis gear. So, on behalf of Canada Dry, the F&N Expert, Mr. Isaacs, the Bank, that guy, Trey J. Styles, I'm the JFB.
And I'm gonna let my good friend Jeremy do the just fighting thing.
All right, guys. Well, you guys know that life is hard. Life is very challenging. We all have things that we go through on our day-to-day basis that greatly impact our mental health and our well-being. But here's what you have to do. You got to stay focused on what really matters in life.
Yeah.
You got to stick to your core values. And you got to look inside and say, you know what? The hell with it. I've got the strength to pull through this, and I've got the strength to pull through anything.
Yeah.
So what I want all of you to do out there in this wonderful community of ours that's been so great to me and that we all love so much is I want you to remember to just put your fist up in the air And for me and for Canada Dry, JFB, Trey J, and everybody else, just keep fighting.
Hell yeah. Hit it.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.